If you're from Gafferton, how did we never meet? Questioned Agatha. Didn't I see you in a Nefer's uniform in the first day of school? Asked Hot, spooning his oatmeal. Why did the Saurian voice you into our crew? Said William. Do you even know what a 5-year quest is? Asked Hester. Sitting across the galley dining table painted with Camelot's crest, Nicola picked at a soggy tower of egg and cheese. The real question is why an enchanted pot can't make an omelette when I was making them at 6 years old. Think the Fae gave us a broken pot, Bolton said, snacking on potato skins. I asked it for pancakes and it's made this instead. Broken pots, broken map. The Fae's house certainly isn't in order, Dot murmured. Nicola was mid-bite when she saw the ragtag Inquisition still gawking at her. Oh, so I've been on this boat for hours, and now I exist. But you were, Sophie squished from her cabin. Nicola's lips tightened. Well, let me answer your questions then. Agatha, we never met in Gafferton because you spent your time in Graveshill and I spent mine at Papa Pip's pub helping my father cook for his customers. I knew your mother though, since she treated Pa for his backpack. As for your friend, Sophie, she met me a few times in Gafferton, but she doesn't seem to remember, since girls like her only notice you if you're useful or a threat. Nicola turned to William. I haven't the faintest clue why the Saurian puts me on your crew, though from what I can tell, maybe it's to keep you all alive. Nicola turned to Hot, blushing hard. As for why I'm now in an Nefer's uniform, that's a long story. But I've read the tale of Sophie and Agatha, and you're a lot more handsome in person than on the page. Except, to be honest, I'll prefer the old you before you buffed it up to look like Tedros, who's about as enticing as vanilla pudding. But even if you're deluded about your own self-image and are hooded on blonde, skinny girls, the fact I'm talking to the real Hot instead of reading about you is the only nice part of being on this boat. Especially since you didn't answer any of my letters. Hot dropped the teaspoon. Nicola turned to Hester. What do I know? I know we are on a quest to find out why your classmates' quests are failing and prevent any more from dying. I know that the Saurian says a snake has made its way into the woods and is determined to take down a lion. And I know only Agatha seems to know what those words mean, which is why I'm curious as to why everyone is asking me questions instead of her. Everyone stared at Nicola. Oh, this little fella told me everything, Nicola explained, as Burbuswa hopped from her lap, where he had been hidden, and perched it on her shoulder. Mongooses are chatty if you rub their heads. Learned that from reading The Brave Mahajava. She zeroed in on Agatha. But enough about me. Since this is now a quest that belongs to us all, I think it's time you told us what you know about lions and snakes. Everyone turned to Agatha. There you are, Babashwa, a voice went out. Sophie paraded in wearing a crystal-studded blue and white sailor's dress and towering heels. Sorry, I needed to freshen up and... She tripped over a month of weapons they'd taken from school. Swords, daggers, axes, spears. Hot, for heaven's sakes, put this somewhere else. Can't have warm mockery in the kitchen. Shall we start breakfast? I'm famished. Sophie bit her lip. The crew was already eating, and no one was even glancing in her direction, including Hart, who was ogling Nicola as if she shot an arrow through his heart. Sophie cleared her throat. Surely it's proper form to wait for a dean before. Nicola wheeled and shot her a whiffling look, Sophie's mongoose on her shoulder. Then she turned back to Agatha. You were saying, Captain? Nicola wasn't supposed to be here. Not on this ship, not at this school, not in the woods. She should be in Gafferton right now, working at the pub with Pa. But her two older brothers, Gus and Gagan, had thrown a wrench in all that. They wanted Papa Pip's pub for themselves, but Pa had no intention of leaving his legacy to two boys who would sell the place off the second he died. Instead, he decreed that Nicola would inherit the pub. With her in charge, Gus and Guggen could be kept at bay, continuing to pass plates and scrub pots to make a wage for the rest of their lives. To make matters worse, Nicola beats them at every sport they played. Day after day, her brothers wished it, if only she wasn't around. Then one day, they made their wish come true. When Nicola was younger, the whole town was terrified of the school for good and evil. Every 4 years, 2 children were kidnapped from Gafferton, the best behaved kid for good, the worst behaved kid for evil, and neither would ever see their family or friends again. Instead, they would disappear into the woods and reappear years later in illustrated tales that magically arrived at Mr. Dufferfow's storybook shop. Any child not taken would sigh with relief, knowing they were safe for 4 more years.